Okay, hello everybody. Hello everybody. Now we're live here also on YouTube. I'm sorry, it took me a little bit longer. Today it's a little bit cold here in Florida. I know you're gonna mock me because those of you who live in other places, this is not cold for you, but it is cold for us. We still, I was taking my sweet time at the restroom and came here like 5 minutes left for 6:30. This is 6:47 a.m. now. As I woke up, I was setting up my the YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm here. Let me also show the YouTube. Anybody that also wants to appear in YouTube, here we have the camera. Here we have the. Let me show you the channel. Is this? I think it is. Should be able to get it like here. Okay, so to set up the whole thing, now let's go with this. And of course, I forgot to share with the social media. It's just like I said, it was a little bit late. Right now, the move is happening, so there's not much you can do if you missed it. Gold, I think, is breaking up also. I was watching both. Yeah, there you go. Gold is breaking up on the 1 hour too. So for gold, you have maybe a better setup to wait for, which is just wait for this to, let me move this up here because I drew this last night. Maybe you can wait for this to finally close here and then maybe take the next one coming up because I am bullish on gold still. I will explain the whole thing here. So now you don't have to take maybe an impulse entry, but you could actually wait for this to close. Also, let me configure this. I always forget to configure this thing in a way that yeah, I'm gonna talk about probable re-entries like last time. We're gonna do it again. It's just that there's a part here where you can turn off that sound that everybody and everybody joins and stuff. Hey, Sander, how's it going, my man? You guys remember where is it that you mute the that thing? Oh, there you go. I found it finally. Okay, so there we go. We have the closure. I would wait for 30 minutes to pretty much close above here, if anything. But if you want to take like early entries, I would wait for this to close above here. So the hey, good morning, Martin. Um, but I already secured profits and I'm a break even. So pretty much I'm done for today. But still, I'm gonna see if we can find like another entry because that was way too quick, right? Um, yeah, and hopefully we'll get the move from here down to here or even here today. I'm gonna explain the whole thing. I'm sorry that it took me so long for all of this today, and like I was saying, it just took me my sweet time today. Let me. What did I do? Oh, let me share the stream of today's stream. There's another group that if I don't share it, they're gonna kill me, and they're gonna complain. So let me not do that, and just share it there too. But you guys can start sending your charts and analyzing, and let's analyze together whatever you guys are looking at. Because my entry is gone. I mean, trading view cleared your chart. Got it, got it. Where's this thing? Give me 1 second. January 27th, 25th, right? Yep. Save. Yeah, don't worry, guys. I'm gonna share. Number one, I'm gonna share why I took that entry, and I'm gonna share any probable entries that we might have for the rest of the day, and my outlook. I think we are in for a treat this week. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, that's what I feel based on what I've seen. Last night I was checking. Like last night, you're always finishing just as I'm setting in. Yeah, so it has been the whole week, right? Like when you look at the recordings, you can go to the YouTube and look at the recordings. Most of the entries we're taking, they are happening as I open the charts. Like as soon as I open the charts, like it's not even giving me enough time to clearly explain quickly. I just say, hey guys, I'm selling here, and then I have to explain. But it's because they're happening like by 6:20, 6:30. I mean 6:30 a.m. Eastern time. They're always happening. So there's not much I can do. It's just take them because I don't want to miss them. But obviously, I for the trained eye, I'm sure many of you happen the same thing for you when you open your eyes. I don't like to do that. Like yesterday, that happened to me, and I said, man, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm pretty much always doing this. So I didn't like yesterday. I got the entry and then I closed it, and then closed it like at break even, and it went my way and said, you know what? But yeah, but I woke up right now. But right now, so the reason why I took this one faster is because last night I took my time to analyze what I was expecting, and I literally saw what I was expecting when I woke up. Oh, we have Joey Barba's charts. Let's look at this. And no trade range. Oh, okay. So I was on no trade range for you. Sales below here. Let me move this here.
Yeah, I like anything below the 152,900 area,
Oh crap.
but it would
Close.
have moved so much.
Wait, let me show. Yeah, Joey, you sound like Ted. So now we have a Ted. People used
That's
to tell
funny.
me Kerwin. Now we have a Ted, I guess. Um,
That's funny.
no trade range. Okay, so yeah, that's safe. What you're doing, that's good. This is the 30-minute chart. Now the thing is, shit. Let me just finish here. But I think that's safe what you're doing because you actually when you do that you save yourself from potential fake outs if you really don't on kind of like don't take into consideration this that happened here. I'm gonna explain
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I already missed that, so that's long gone.
Yeah. So the main reason why the entry. Okay, let me explain the reason why. Oh shit, there we go. See what I'm saying? I told you all. I'm expecting this to move faster downwards. So this is the reason why. Let's go to the higher time frame. Um, Gold reversed. Let me see. Yeah, that's why you want to wait for gold to. That's exactly why you want to wait for gold to close above, because gold is in a devil's playground. You guys hear me? That's my name for it. But GJ isn't. I mean, not for me. Let me explain why. We have when you go to the higher time frame, this is what we have. Actually, maybe in my swing chart uh, graphics, you can see it better. Yeah. So this is what I drew last night. This is what I drew last night. This is what that's where I drew it. We were here, and I said, okay, maybe we're gonna have a bounce up to this zone and come down all the way to here. Now, when I woke up, this is where we are. But this is not a weird zone for me to be in, because I've seen many times where we just retest the zone to grab a little bit more strength just to break below. Now, it doesn't mean we're gonna break, but it does mean that when you look at the bigger picture, this is the 1 hour chart, but we look at the daily. I mean, I can clean this up and it's clearer here. This is quite simple price action. Look at this. We had the double top formation for anybody that likes double tops. Technically, when it is formed in the daily, I've seen the benefit of paying attention to when the price taps twice. Yeah, they are really powerful. So yeah, double tops, they have my respects, because from my observation, they actually work. And oh, I just noticed I didn't put what I should have been putting here, which is 25th February 2022. New York session, 7 a.m. Eastern time, whatever. Would have been at 6 a.m., but just missed the. So we had the formation here. We had just the formation here. This is the 25th. Yeah, we are at the 25th. And now I'm done. So I trade double tops. Now they work well. This is standard. Yeah. Hey, Joel, that was a fake out on the 30-minute just before your sell. Yes, I'm gonna go there right now. So let's go from the top. Let's go from the top. Actually, yeah, we can see it from this chart too. That's fine. And now I'm protected, so I don't care if it reverses, right? But look at this candle. Look at this candle. Let's go to the weekly first. Let's remove all the drawings. Gold. If gold doesn't break above, which is, by the way, it's about to close, so let me just show you really quick this before we move forward. You see this? What did I say? Wait for it to close above if you want to go for buys. Remember, look what happened. So the reason why I said wait for it is because we have a clean, you see this? We have a clean move. Even though we have a lot of weeks, we have a clean move, but we need this. We need price action to let us know that he's ready. It's not ready. You can see it just grabbed liquidity, and now it came back to this zone. So you know what I mean? You do not want to be in this mess. The reason why I don't like it so much, unless we get out of here, is because we just tapped into this liquidity wick and we broke below this previous zone. When you look left, the structure was holding here. So the moment we broke below here, this is tricky, for me at least. Even though we are forming the support that I was looking for, I'm actually paying attention, I need now a clean break and closure above this little consolidation here to the 30 on the 30 minutes. So right now we don't have it. So I'm not. There's another thing that I have to explain on the long term with gold, because I think gold most likely has two things that mainly that most likely it's gonna do today, because I don't know if you guys noticed, but we have FOMC. I think it's tomorrow, right? It is. Yeah, tomorrow, right? Yes, there you go. So look at this. This is the 27th. No, where is it? No, I clicked twice, right? Yeah, tomorrow is here. Oh, there we go. So there's a lot to explain on gold, but we just didn't close above. So let's leave it there and come back to GJ that I was explaining, because I don't want to create a mess. I just wanted to make sure that you guys didn't take the entry, because I mean, I only share the ideas, but I wouldn't take an entry closing here. That's all I can say. Look at this. So let's go back to why I took the sell on GJ. Man, you can see this. This is beautiful. Let's go back to the weekly. Okay, so we got the weekly. Oh, and we got Sander also sharing. Oh, Sanyam. Oh, many charts now. Let me explain this really quick, and then let's open all of those charts. So now after that, now we have the big drop. So in my head, when I go to the weekly, I do this. What do we have? We have a major support here, major support. Looking back from the the virus, we have been just going up all the way. So you can draw literally like a line, a trend line, and we're pretty much still respecting the uptrend for now. But now we have a double top formation, not only on the daily, but look at this on the weekly. So now I'm paying more attention to, because now I don't even know. I'm still bullish on GJ, but when you go to the daily now, I'm sorry, when you still on the weekly, when you look at the structure, did you find, okay, where is it that we can we can drop to before you break the bullish structure on the bullish structure on the on GJ. So you can drop not only here. So here I know I have a support on the weekly. You see it here. So this is important because we even have a gap down. So this is definitely a zone. So there's a high probability we're gonna revisit here because the weekly already formed the wick. You see it here, right? So now we should have enough, let's say, steam to visit maybe here, because if you look left, when we were forming resistance, we also tapped here with this wick, and same thing with here. We even grabbed a lot of liquidity, or not grab liquidity. We had a major rejection, but we still visited all the whole place here. So how low can we go before we break the structure and flip to bearish? To me, or for me, you would literally have to break this bottom here. So you can literally do this bam, 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 and still go up, and still it would be a formation. So that's something to be mindful. Now, where is the next likely zone? That's the next question. Okay, so I know I can move all the way down to here, still keep bullish structure on the weekly. I know that for a fact now. So technically, now where is the most likely zone I might get the rejection that I'm looking for? That's the next question I ask myself always. So this is the zone. When I look to the weekly, so does it make sense? Yeah, it makes sense here. You see, before we tapped here, and also we just formed the wick in the same place where we formed wick to continue down. So, and look at this. So also here we have a little stop just to continue moving up on the weekly. So this zone here where we had the wick is a valid weekly zone for creating a wick. Is all I can say on the weekly. Right now I go to the daily. Daily is just filling up this week right now beautifully. So this is also what my expectations were. We closed the daily like this. So last night my question was, okay, we closed the daily with a big wick looking downwards, but it's some sort of a doji, and most likely for me to form a good support to continue going up, I would most likely expect price to close nearby this zone today, either here or here, if we got a good, if we want a good formation for the support. Most likely, it doesn't mean it has to do it, because this is an iffy game. This is just probability based game, so you never know anything. Now I visualized, we might get this wick fill, we might get this body closing around, not only here but maybe even down here. You see here a lot of liquidity being grabbed, and taps into the zone, and this is the same zone that I spotted earlier. So look at this, look at this beautiful 1 2 3 whole structures on the daily being rejected around the same zone. So we are here, and that was what I was expecting this morning. So I was expecting my visit to this zone, which is so from last night I already had my mindset. Look at this 4 hour, and we're just eating up the look at this. This is just happening the previous low of the previous 4 hours. So that's why I have my runners running like that because I am expecting a visit down below. Um, Even further down. So now, wow. Oh, okay. So look at this. I closed like at 12 pips, 13 pips, my partial TP, and now I'm at 36 pips coming down. So I can actually leave this. I think we're gonna, yeah, I think we're gonna visit all the way down to, to the levels down below here. Um, so that was my reasoning because I from last night I was expecting a visit to this zone. So that was the main reason why. So when I woke up right now and I look at this really fast, now I can maybe show this. Look at this. We had closure here. I know that most likely you're gonna do this and you're gonna think this is a fake out. To me, this is not a fake out. I mean, you can look at it from the fake out perspective. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's keep it like that so that we don't get people confused. Yeah, this was like a fake out on the 4 hour. It's just that I like to always draw. I always draw my lines to the limits. So this is how I do it. I like to do it to the limits of where the last candle wicks meet because that way I grab the whole movement range, and usually they coincide with the higher time with lower time frames. Most likely, there you go. Yeah. So you see now I have this zone mark. That's the way I do it. When I want to, so when the only reason when I do that is just to grab the range. But if I want to grab an early entry, then I do it body to body. It's a little bit complicated if I don't explain it, but I don't. We can explain it later. Maybe I create a video just explaining if you want early entries, you do it to the. I mean, I do it to the body. If you want to know the range, you do it to the wicks. So I just wanted the range on this one, and I did it to the wicks. So now when you look on the 1 hour, that's the other picture that I was looking at. Okay, how is it looking on the 1 hour? We just had double rejection here, and now we had a whole rejection here, and we had a wick that broke above the previous candle and flipped. And this is where we are. So that is a formation that I love. I love that formation. That formation is really powerful, especially when you break below the previous candle. I've seen that many, many times. Whenever you see this, I mean, whenever I see that, it usually moves at least to the top, to the bottom of the previous week. So that was the reasoning for me to go there. Um, it's funny because let me see. Yeah, it just moved exactly as I was expecting. Because so if you see the previous recording from last week, what did I say? That the whole year, what has been happening is that the last like 8 to 10 minutes of the hour coming up for 7 a.m. The candles are just moving really fast in whatever direction is that makes sense at that moment, and this is exactly what happened today. So it just keeps happening. It's all I can say. And maybe there's a coincidence that I'm doing the streams like in the off days when when Raj is not streaming, which is what is it, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and maybe that's the behavior that we're getting. I don't know. But that was also part of my reasoning for being so sure about this sale. So the other thing is when you look up right now, you have a small level here on the. I think it was Joey just drew the level, and look at this. So what? So that's the other question. What are the probabilities that when you break up below this? This is the 1 hour, by the way, but also in the 30 minute you can see it. So what are the probabilities that when you break this for a second time after this, all of these rejections, especially this one, is really beautiful, that we're just gonna drop. That's why I said if I would have been earlier on the charts and not setting up the zoom and all of this, maybe if I would, like for example today, if I was just trading alone, I would have been taking this earlier for sure. Because if I see that earlier, I take it right there at the break. Is I know you're gonna say it's risky. Yes, not really for me because I had what I was looking for. I was looking for this rejection here. Even though you see this bullish doji, in my head, this is just another rejection for this, And since I was expecting the drop today to this zone where we are, we're literally at the zone. So from here to here, this whole thing is a zone. Look at the wicks. Look at the wicks. So we are literally where I was expecting the drop. So that's why my bias was so hard on the sales from this level. So, anyways, I hope I explained this fairly understandable in a fairly understandable way. I don't know. Let me open charts here. This is Sander. Oh shit! You got it really nice. This is the what? The 1 minute? Yeah. Oh, you got a really nice move. Very nice. This is, I don't see the levels, wait, because now I noticed, can I do this? So I don't have anybody showing videos, so let me just pin it and do this. Oh, because the one, oh, 24 pips, still great. Still great. I just secured like 13 and I'm letting runners, so you got really nice pips. Good re-entry on the 5 minutes on GA sales. Really nice drop. 5 minutes for GA sales. So there's a thing with GA. Let me go. Wait, let me open now Sanjam. I remember Sanjam sent a chart. Um, what is this? Okay, sell below here. Okay, so that is the safest. That is the safest sell. That is the safest sell. In the sense that you're just waiting for the breakout. So that's the breakout entry. You just want this to break, maybe close below, form a wick, and then flip the wick, the candle, and break below the previous candle wick, and then that would be a sell, I guess. That's a breakout entry. So yeah, that's a good idea. This is like if you're not counting on this, or you don't have the, you know, if you don't feel safe about trading inside this, then that would be the safer entry, right? I will look for more when New York opens. Gold 30 minutes filling the wick. Okay. We don't have any other end. Oh yeah, we have another one. The only thing we're missing to complete this move is another crazy liquidity grab on the weekly. The current macro situation is pushing towards this. What is this? Oh, gold. Yeah, for sure. Same way, I think gold will copy the move here. Yeah, so let me go to gold and do the. Yeah, I agree. I see something similar to that. Let me go to gold and see what and show you what I see about gold. So for gold, let me just take away the for now for a little bit the chat and go here. DNI. I took this trade on gold 5 minutes, secured 10 pips. Still believe that 1835 is a good TP. 1835. You mean down here? Yeah. Let me open your chart. On the 5 minute. Oh, nice. That is like if you had a no trade range, that would be it. But you traded it and it worked, so nice, nice, nice. Yeah, to me, the sales that I just took from GJ's, to be honest, are like a little bit more. I would feel more because that's a setup for me. But if this is a setup for you, that just like I always say, there's no written rule. It's just whatever works for you. You know, this is a quote unquote no trade range because this is a consolidation area, especially if this is the 5 minute. But if you know how to do this and see it like as a fake out, that's powerful. That's nice. Rejection, did not look at the range. Okay, nice. You looked at this. So this is pretty much the same, just in the lower time frame. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at gold. So gold, we have this structure on the, it's really bullish. We have a closure on the daily here. We weekly, you can clearly see where you will have all the intentions to go up. We have this wick here on this zone, which is a rejection zone here too, to the left a little bit, but it's not so strong. So this is what I'm expecting from gold. Honestly, I don't trust this small movements we have been having so far. It's only 2 days, but gold when it's gonna move, usually it doesn't mean it has to. Usually, it grabs liquidity really like hard. So I don't think this week might be the liquidity that gold wants. So believe it or not, I'm expecting a potential drop maybe today or maybe by tomorrow's news to maybe this area down here. So if you look left, the area that I'm looking for potentially doesn't mean. Please always remember, not only me but anybody. It doesn't matter how much whoever that person is and whoever that person knows. If he's not the guy running the world, he doesn't really know. Nobody knows. So this is just probability based. I think based on probabilities, we might see, and I know it doesn't look like it, but we might see a visit down to here or even lower to my previous entry. Many of you know I still have open the runner from down below there. I still have 200 pips in gold, still open from last week. So I think that we most likely either here or we just gonna retap this zone before flipping. But I don't know. I don't feel like we have enough liquidity because the last time we broke up. So if you look left, last time we broke up, we did it with momentum. So there's this little trick that you just look left. You look left. Look at this. You had this big momentum candle, May 21st, and look at this. Next weekly, did this, but it grabbed liquidity all the way down to here before it flipped back up and then left a little bit of a wick, and then you had the momentum candle without a big wick. But why? Because this one grabbed the entries. This one grabbed the orders. So they didn't need any other like revisit because they already had the entries. So now you can move on. So here you have good entries, but also you have a good rejection. So that's why I'm maybe expecting a little bit more of a grab before moving up, because maybe this was because of the rejection. There was a little bit of a sell-off. So that means that they might be expecting better entries now. So I don't know if this week is enough for this to move up here. It's just me observing the charts, and this is just the weekly. Obviously, we're gonna get more information when we go down below. So when you look left, the same thing happened here. We have a major, look at this. We had a visit all the way up there, and then the next candle even broke below the previous weekly and still went up. So I don't know. I'm not so sure. Like I'm bullish on gold. I'm completely bullish. If you draw if you draw like a trend line, you see it clearly there. So this is what I drew last night. This is what I drew last night. We were here. I felt tempted to sell right there when we were here. I really felt tempted to sell right there because this is such a major rejection zone. But just left it at that, just drew the thing. And this is what I potentially might see happening. It doesn't mean it has to happen. Maybe we just visit here and we go from here. That's fair enough too. But I think I shared this last year about the deep liquidity grabs from gold when it wants to break new levels. And I've seen it so many times that I'm just expecting it. Like, just look at this. Look at this. So it wouldn't be weird if I see gold tapping into this green zone, creating a wick like this one, and from here flipping on the news tomorrow. Maybe we can move this more to this side, and still close the 4 hour above this trend line and still move up and then go here, which is 1870, which is the level where I have my runners. So if this happens, if this happens, as you can see, it wouldn't take out my runner because this is the other entry I have. Hopefully, right? I hope it doesn't take out my runner. And then it would go up to my target. It would be 500 pips on that one. If it happens, right? And that's what I'm expecting. So yeah, I'm bullish. I'm bullish. So let's go back to the oh mini banks, man. Man, we have a
Good
legend
morning,
here.
brother.
We
How
have
you
a
doing?
legend. How's it going?
Yeah, everything is good, bro. I have same thought like you on gold for the FOMC, but the pullback should not exceed below 30. If you see that below 30, 1830, then candle can go other side because it's daily. One time it's daily resistant confirmation candle. If any time on daily, if it breaks the resistant confirmation candle, then it can go other side. you know while if Powell speech is going on, and the moment if you see any candle close like above 45 or above 50 by the time trading, then it can go easily upside. uh, you know that's
Yes.
what I'm expecting. But to
Yes.
saying the price action on higher time frame is bullish. The daily close on the previous daily looks like heavy bullish, but like you said, there is no enough liquidity to upside.
Yes, I agree. So I completely agree with you. And logically, this is why I have it black. Logically, it should not break below. But there's one trick about that, with gold at least. For me, this is for me. This is how I see it. There's a difference between a break below and a closure below. So a closure below, I would be concerned and flipping my bias. A break below is still not enough for me. So meaning, uh, it's just
The reason why I say break, by the time if it's breaking the daily, then the volume time it will be breaking on FOMC. So the time break, then you can get small time from confirmation. If you go to
yeah,
daily, can
yeah.
you go to daily? What I mean,
Break
can
and
you go to daily?
exactly break and close would be the thing for me. Like that would make it happen for me. The change of bias because I think that we still could get like a whole liquidity week tap into this zone. I'm not talking about the green zone. It could literally be just fairly below this, even tap just this line, and still flip and the candle body be above this, and still what you said would be still valid and still have just a wick.
Yeah, I mean, can you go to daily?
Yeah,
So
sure. Let me erase the whole thing. Daily. Yeah.
okay, daily I mean this is the resistant previous resistant confirmation candle. When the moment candle for FOMC, it can two things can happen. This will break like 50 and reject straight. When the moment break this area, I think this is clean area till this year. It will be the easiest shot. Then upside.
Yeah, yeah. On the structure, like if I clean this whole thing and no drawing, for sure. Yeah, you have a drop here. Yeah, and
This is the clean
it
structure.
would coincide. It would coincide with what I said about the weekly because you still can go all the way down to here and still keep the structure. Even though now we wouldn't have actually we break below here, we would not keep the daily structure bullish, but the weekly might still be bullish. Yeah, it
It
was.
will be good, if today's daily closes below 35, then it will be good confirmation, advanced confirmation. This will be like a fake out. If daily closes like this, then that will be very good confirmation for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, I agree. So that's the only tricky thing, that I keep in mind about gold, which is I don't like it when we haven't gotten like enough, let's say, entries that to the point where
This candle is tricky.
yeah. So I mean,
I
it
expected small candle to yesterday. I expect small candle here like
yeah,
legend.
yeah, exactly. Because like I mean, obviously, it's like I always say, the market's not gonna give it to you so easy. Uh, I always expect something. Market gives me another closure just to mess with me, and but you know, many times I've seen gold doing that crazy thing like this one here before continuing up. And look at the structure. You had
Yeah.
this. You moved all the way down up there, and you know we managed to get all the way down here and still move up. And there was a bigger one that happened. It was here. Look at this. Look at this. What I'm saying. You can literally break, and if you don't close, gold can even do that. Tap way below the zones. Tap into this area here from where we had a major move, which is some people call it what is that, like a supply and demand zone? In this case, it would be like a supply, right? Oh no, demand. It would be a demand zone, right? Yeah, I don't use those terms, but anyways, uh, and I still do that. So my point is, I'm completely in agreement with you that if we break below here, as scalpers that we have a lot of opportunities to grab like a really good move, and it really doesn't even matter in the sense that if it happens, most likely, even if it flips later and just leaves a major liquidity wick, you still grab your money here. Like if it flips and breaks below here, you still have enough space to grab, like mini banks was saying, like you have enough space to make all the money on the downwards here, even if you
I
don't.
think those who are new, better jump here impulse than jumping this area.
Let me make it bigger.
Can
So
be
yeah,
this.
wait, draw
Yeah,
again.
this.
So there you go.
If new traders here want to trade with small risk, better jump here 30 area than jumping in between this area. This area can be a big wick later, 10, 11, later 1 hour candle will close above the 30. It's
Mm-hmm.
possible. Anything can happen.
Exactly, exactly. This is the tricky area because of the rejection, potential rejection that might happen, and gold when it's moving upwards. So there's another question I always ask: where are we in the week? Because so so there's one reason. So this one is gonna be it's about to be 7:30. Okay, so let's see if we find another entry somewhere here. I'm already here. My runner is here. So let's see if we don't. I'm not taking out here. Let's see gold here. What can we see here? Now we.
I stopped trading GJ. Now I'm looking back testing US 30.
Oh, nice. The
I have something seen on US 30. If you want a back test on US 30, just go to the chart at 2 p.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern. That's the easiest move without any volatile. You get like
oh, then wait.
100
Then you're gonna have to give me all your notes and stuff on private because I'm interested in what you're saying for sure. I have Sanders notes and I have Bessel's notes, and I've been checking them a little bit. And
You
yeah,
check 2 p.m. East and 2 p.m. East to 3 p.m. East, like afternoon. If you are practicing,
here.
US 30, that you get the good move. Continuation.
Mm,
It's like easy move, easy move. Better than we are forcing trade on 9:30 EM East. It's like breaking upside, downside, weeks off, too much problem. Big stop loss.
yeah.
So it will be easy, very easy. If you are back testing the secondary pair, then it's like a similar price action like gold. I know you trade gold, you can trade everything.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, gold made me lose so much money at the beginning. I was pissed. I was pissed. Okay, so this is I'm like, yeah, we could, yeah, that's a good idea. Let me read here. Wait, let me show here. That's a good idea. We could do a Zoom and you guys show us how to trade US 30 just for the fun of it. I mean, if I learn it, I'm for sure I'm taking it. Took this as a rejection to the upside. Did not look at the range. What is what DNI? What was it? The you mean? Oh, that was gold. Okay, I think gold wants to go up.
And for the gold, new like new beginners, if you want to trade gold, easiest way, what I see, like the trade, the way Kevin trades, like every $5 mark the zone and see the candle from London, which comes from London, like 1 a.m. close. If it's bullish or bearish, follow that candle. It will be easy to
Mm.
follow that candle London. And if previous daily bearish and the London candle is bearish, then it will be easy for you to look the trade. Better you are jumping into the chart like one like 8 6 a.m. 5 a.m. just just jump into the chart after Enero open, 8:30 to 10:30 or 11. The easiest move now we get the move like like 9 to 11 o'clock we get the move on gold nowadays.
Well, I mean, definitely you're gonna have to show us a little bit. I mean, I'm interested. Um, with GJ, this might be the fake out of the trend line. And like I said, we might have the visit here, but also keep in mind this is a major level of support. Okay, so we might like if this rejects and flips, then this is the one that I was expecting maybe to visit here. There's a weekly level, but maybe visit here, which is 154.44 ish. See it? It's 400 actually. It's 400. But I think we might even visit 155 if we break above this area here, this zone specifically. But I still believe that in the higher time frame we're still gonna be it would be just a grab of liquidity just to keep going down. It's all I think, based on what I see. Because look at this. You can go on the weekly so high. You can literally go so high and still keep it bearish. You can go on the daily so high and still keep it bearish. It's even just like worse for anybody looking for buy. Like daily can go all the way up to 157. Look at this, and still be in a bearish and not break the bearish structure on the daily. That's how far it can go. So yeah, GJ has a lot of space to grab liquidity too. UL still could able to digest big bearish weekly candle on gold. What about mini banks thought? That no, we are in agreement. That's what I think. Um, the It's just that you have to keep in mind with gold that gold likes to so there's just one main thing. If there's anything that I can share based on what I've observed, and whatever I'm gonna say here, please just back test it. Don't take my word for it. I always say this. I'm just somebody else, just like you, trading the charts and learning also every day from everybody. But gold, back test what I'm about to say. Gold grabs liquidity with news, and it usually uses news as an excuse to grab the liquidity to levels that don't make even sense, that don't even make sense. Sometimes just to move towards the direction that at the beginning made sense. I don't know if maybe I should repeat that again. When there are news, yeah, when there are news, uh, when there are news, I was reading here. Gold likes to go deep or go like up. So if we're gonna go up, let me play the scenario here. Um, Let me play it here. So this is what I've seen with gold. Gold would use a really high impact news, and if it's still they need, when I say they, it's just anybody that is not an institution. I mean anybody that is an institution, the big players. If they want a better entry, what they usually do if there's a very like a high impact news, what I've seen from gold is it can drop as low as this zone, and that's what I was saying. It can drop as low as the green area that doesn't even make sense on the structure, and still flip that daily, still flip it and just tap into this area and go all the way up, and from there just move all the way up. And yet it would just use the news as an excuse, and this is why I say the news as an excuse. Most likely the news, most likely, and most of the time, so this is what I observed last year. Happened a lot. Like the news would come out and the news would make sense for the to move gold upwards, because it was bad news for us markets and stuff like that, so it would make sense for gold to go up. what it would do, it was just in the beginning of the news, it would just move really straight down, straight down. It doesn't make sense. Go really, really deep down, suddenly would flip, and then shoot up. What do you think happened there? So it's just observing. You just need to observe the price action. You can do that, either back testing, uh, you can do it for free. So, you just look left, or you can back test it with the
Joy,
simulation.
bro, can I show something on my chat if you don't mind? Like someone asking, can I share my screen for 5 minutes?
Oh, yeah, yeah, sure. Give me 1 second. Wait.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. Hmm, I think multiple. There you go. Now you can share it.
Okay. This is my screen. Can you see?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, higher time frame, this is ranging. I mean, this candle, for example, this is the candle. This is the candle from London, 1 a.m. Okay. This is the candle, for example, this is the candle from London. So, for example, okay, this is the candle from London is bullish. So we are following this candle. This candle now, every $5 is key level. So this candle now closed above 1815. Okay, downside, this is the support, and here is this is bit lower than this support. So for this, so safe entry, this is here, 30 pips, it's like, not worth taking now. So this to this area, like, for example, here to here, yeah, 30 pips. Okay, next key level, $5. We are anticipating $5 move for New York. Okay, so let's move into 5 minute. For example, okay, this is the 5 minute. Let's play out. Let's see after NY work. Okay, this candle closed bullish. Okay, above all this structure. This candle closed above all this structure. If you are taking an advance entry before the breakout, advance entry, I'm not telling for the new one, beginners. If you are taking advance entry, this will be the good entry. Here anticipating $5 with volume, and stop loss below this structure. This is the first structure on 5 minute, holding the structure. This is the first structure. Okay, this will be the advance. Okay, let's wait for the breakout. Okay. Oh, 1 second. Okay. This is the breakout candle. What is next? What we will be looking for the wick fill, right?
Yeah.
We are looking for the wick fill. The next entry will be the wick fill. So what will be your stop loss if you are looking for a wick fill? This will be your stop loss. If the next candle coming here, it will be fake out near the key level area.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So this will be our next entry. This is how, like scaling the entries. I mean, if you follow the one candle, just one candle, for the simplicity, if you're looking many things, I know you do swing, you do scalping, I know you need to look more things. I think for the new here want to trade, just follow the one candle from the London, this candle. This candle, follow this candle. For today, it's in the range. Today the candle from London is bearish. So if we are trading normal, then we are looking for sells now, because this upside so much rejection. This is the resistance. If this 4 hour, for example, if this 4 hour candle already broke the low of the previous 4 hour. If this 4 hour candle later closes like this, just below body below this area. Okay, next one, maximum pullback maximum pullback you will be looking the 50% of this 4 hour candle. If it want to continue downside, this should be the pullback for new 4 hour. Okay, when the moment it breaks the or five, easiest will be if the later 5 minute candle closes like this, then stop will be, you know this will be our stop loss, and a small 10-15 stop loss. Then this we feel we are targeting for today. But today I'm not looking any trade on all this area, this whole area. I'm not looking any trade. Anything can happen. You can trade like a cowboy, buy here, sell here. That's what that's what makes sense for today. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
now you can go ahead, brother. The
Yeah,
next thing
it's
that
not a bad idea to trade the limits when you have such a big range. But
yeah,
you should know how to tap your confirmations.
trade the range.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that mean time frame. That focus on time frame for 4 hour. It looks like rank, so you don't trade, right?
Yeah. Normally, if this was tomorrow, if there was no news tomorrow, before news there is ranging some liquidity. We don't know anything about behind story. We just see the candle price action. According to the current price action, it's higher time for ranging. If there is trade must, easiest trade will be this candle have to close bearish. If this candle, this 4 hour candle holding support here and closing like this area. For example, candle body later closes this area. Where is the shit? Okay. A 4 hour candle body closes like this area. Okay. Then the moment the new 4 hour wicks down, maximum this area, it have to hold 1840, not more than that. The pullback not should go more than 40. If it goes to more than 40, then this area, it can come this area some fake out later, 10 11 a.m, arranging this whole area like this. If the 4 hour closes bullish here, then this is the last frontier pullback. This is the last. And can be this any on 5 minute or 15 minute week can come this retest this area week, but the body has to close above this area. Then you can see. I know it's tough today to break this area, but yeah, that's what I'm seeing on my view. No, everyone has different view.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. I remember I knew somebody that traded with this, like you're saying, with the $5 increments.
Yeah, I one day I had I had a webinar with Kevin. He the way he trade, I'm trying to look, for me it feels like easy on gold. The way he looks the market,
Very nice.
every time $5, is easy to understand the price action. Then so many things as a beginner or new one, as we look for the easiest thing. There we should not be like sit for 3 to 4 hours on the chart. Where is the bullet? Just go for it. That's it. Manage. I'll teach one more thing. What I know, you can backtest it. I'm not saying I'm very perfect. It works for me. If it works for me, it will work for you too. There is nothing special in between me and you guys.
Yes.
So, for example, see, this is the 5 minute candle. For
Hmm.
example, you are entering somewhere here. Your stop loss here is the stop loss, and where you will cut the losses, 50% of this candle. If any 5 minute or 1 minute candle closes here, just cut 50%. This will be the trade if you're looking. For example, this is the break here. Not today, like not rangy day. This is a target or secure sum. This will be the stop loss. And for sell, this is the first 5 minute structure. We can consider this as the structure. This is the 5 minute structure. Later, any 5 minute candle closes this area like a big candle. If any big candle closes like a bearish on 5 minute closes here, go for it. Don't look anything.
Yeah, like on the 30-minute chart, it looks like it's gonna visit now at the upper levels. Uh, it looks like it's gonna visit the upper levels. Maybe grab some liquidity, and then if it's gonna visit down below, that's what's about to happen here. But I don't trust it. I don't trust this area just because we have way too many wicks up and down. And even though I'm biased towards bulls, I wouldn't be excited to trade this range. I would not, on gold at least.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, it's very tough to take the range today. I mean, I just show the example, how to look on the trending market.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's
No, I
easy
noticed.
to,
I noticed. This is just you giving an example. I'm just saying for anybody watching this, this is not such a great trade range. Is all I
yeah,
can say. Yeah, yeah. Because you want cleaner movements when you look
yeah.
left. So this is
I
yeah.
think nobody will trade like this range. Who will trade? Nobody will trade. Only cowboys.
Yeah. How you seeing SPY and leg with the time frame for hour?
Mm-hmm.
You see the pattern SPY and leg. You know about that?
What?
SPY and leg. Yeah,
No, no, I don't know.
yeah. It's look like that.
Mm. Yeah, like before the news, you don't trade. Just you see the price. If it's on any key level area, trading any news, CPI, unemployment, anything, okay, before the news, you see the 1 minute price action. You can learn so much. I'm not telling to execute or anything. You can see so much. It's expecting in 1 minute. That's like a cake.
Oh,
Okay.
do you think that daily setting up for buys during FOMC tomorrow? Um, I think so, and I think that we haven't gotten the. I think we haven't gotten the good price that maybe the big guys are looking for. Yeah, man. Thank you, Minnie. So, anybody that wants to see that master class, you'll
Stop
go to
sharing
the
chart.
YouTube and review the recording so that you can rewatch that mini banks explained in case you want to play with it because it seems really interesting the $5 setup increments and yeah.
And one more thing, I forgot to tell. If any rejection comes from 1850, $10 is stronger than $5. For example, upside rejection comes from 1850, and the downside rejection comes from 1830. Then the stronger rejection is upside. That's the way we have to consider.
Come again. So
You
if
got
you
it
if
like
you
this
see a
30,
rejection,
this 30, yeah, this 30 rejection is stronger rejection than this 45 rejection. So downside is a stronger rejection than upside.
that's what
If
because we're
any,
bullish.
yeah, because not the thing. If this candle rejected from 50, 50 is a very strong key level. Then 1845, this.
Oh
If
yeah,
this
yeah,
candle,
round numbers. You're talking about round
yeah,
numbers. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
50 is a very strong area. Then, and if you see this 30 is stronger rejection than this 35.
Yeah, the person that I
That's why.
remember watching talking about it also talked about the round numbers thing.
Mhm.
Yeah,
If
nice.
you when you are free, just go to 5 minutes and you backtest. Like don't backtest, just play the candle and see how it respecting those area. Very 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 nicely it respects. I mean on New York session. I don't know about London.
Nice,
Okay,
nice.
brother, you go ahead. You go ahead, brother. I am stop sharing my
Thank
screen.
you, thank you, thank you for sharing your views on so the good thing is this is recorded. So anybody that wants to learn, pick on Minibank's brains, he just did a quick masterclass there. So watch your YouTube channel, please. Yeah, the YouTube. Let me share again. So let me share again the what is this screen share. So the YouTube is at coinducation.com. That's it. Let me share again the link. Actually, let me share this stream on Zoom. So, oh, there you go. Sanjan got it. Thank you. Yeah, so that's the channel. So there you're gonna have the recording of this. Thank you, Sanjan. Okay, so what do we have here? So we just this is a slow day. If you didn't grab, I mean, for me, would have been a fairly slow day. We can wait for New York open. We do have a good support here on the on gold forming up. We tapped here, rejected. This is, oh, there you go. This is the move that we just talking about. I'm sorry. Let me go to the scalping chart. So anybody new to this, I use the black with blue for scalping and then the other one for swing. So there you go. This is the move that we were talking about. You might get this. So this is the tricky part. So now you get the move. So maybe if you enter here, you're good to go. You have enough to secure. Now, if you didn't enter here, the tricky part is when you look left, you see way too many wicks forming up and down. So what that means is that in the last, especially the last 8 minutes of every 1 hour candle, which is where we are right now, you're gonna most likely see a sudden move. So if it's gonna break, most likely maybe this is gonna be the sudden move up, but maybe up to here. I look left, or like maybe you're gonna cover this in the next 8 minutes, but also you might have a sudden pull. So I think it's most likely to happen the move up, right? So if anything, let me see the 30-minute. Oh, look at that. So yeah, on the last 8 minutes of the 1 hour candle, usually is when you see which is the same concept why I entered this GJ sales. Um, the GJ sales, especially this year. So this is something that I have to kind of like repeat many times. It doesn't mean it always happens like that. It only means that it has been happening the whole year. I observed that the last 8 minutes, the last 15 minutes, let's say, candle of the 1 hour from 6:30 closing up to 7 a.m. Eastern gives you a good move. So that's why I'm trading that. I'm trading that. So uh, you see this, like maybe you grab this. I don't like this trade range. I'm not gonna lie. I would have got like if I were it is if I would have been in, I would have been in at the break of this week again. That's many weeks after a liquidity week. I would be maybe targeting this, but I would actually be securing as soon as I tap into here. As soon as I tap into here, 1 to 1, I would be securing. If I would have
Joel,
been,
Joel, you said very good things. Same way I noticed, like on gold 4 hour close, last 10 minutes, easiest trade. If it's trading like key level below 10 pips key level, you can get easily 30 pips or big rejection. Best
yeah,
best like yeah, on 4 hour close last 10 minutes.
yeah, oh, 4 hour, yeah, and in 4 hours, a little bit even more aggressive, I would say, because also, you know, that's why when I'm trading the 4 hour, unless it is like a really, really clean breakout, I don't trade it because I know you're gonna get some movement suddenly. And that happened with GJ. For example, this GJ move here, and maybe it's gonna take me out now, right? It's on its way. I don't care. I already took my profits here. But if we're gonna have a movement, look at this. This is the last. Look at the 15 minute. Look at this. This is the 15 minute, and this is the last one. Wait, it was this one? So it was the last half hour. So okay, it just still happened. But the good thing is that you want the so if you want price to go up, actually, this I think might be helpful for everybody. Let me draw it. What do we always say? What is a good entry? This is a fake out, let's say, like many people pointed out. Okay, yeah, this might be a fake out, but what do you want? What would be a perfect setup for you to continue moving up here? A perfect setup for you to continue up here. The perfect setup would have been if you wanted to go up here, and this would have been the closure. You would have been wanting this that happened here, or you would want a deeper retracement on the 30-minute, which is another entry that I do and I like and I win a lot, which is you would want this to deep retrace this, tap into the previous 15-minute zone if you have one. A smaller zone doesn't have to be the bottom of the zone, and then you flip the candle on the last half of the candle on the 30 minute. So it would be like the 15-minute looking down, 15-minute looking up, which is you've heard me said it before, which is what I call the counter candle entry, which means you would have a 15 looking down, and then you would have a 15-minute looking up, and then as you break above the previous 15, you feel this. And on the 30-minute, what it would look like something like this, and then it would leave a wick, and then as you break above, you enter, and most likely you're gonna feel this level here, and that's a breakout entry, right? So the reason why you want the wick first is because you want the price to grab some orders. It's like steam. You're just grabbing power to move up. So the same reason why you expect candles to first create a week before you can move up in this case, and vice versa, is the same reason why I'm saying that you have to keep in mind that as you close the candle, you most likely get a sudden move. Obviously, it has to make sense. You have to analyze the market, know when it's going to happen. But the same reason why also mini banks just said about the 4 hour is because you usually on the beginning of the candle, if you're going to go up, look at this, look at the wicks, look at the wicks. You grab liquidity, you move up. You grab liquidity, you move up. Okay, you move up here, you have a momentum candle, you grab a little bit more liquidity, you move up a little bit more. Now, you have a small rejection because this is a small zone, so now you have a little bit of a consolidation. This is grabbing here, move up a little bit of a rejection again, but what do you have here? Another wick here, and what is this? A momentum. You don't have a wick below. That's a momentum, that's determination. Now, when you got this, what do you got? You got another momentum candle with determination upwards. Why? Because you already grabbed enough liquidity here. So look at this. Boom. Just straight up. No wick. Because you already had the wicks here. Right? And now it makes sense to visit this level because this is a really important level, which is 153,800. Actually, it should be around here. There you go. So I don't know if you noticed that when I'm marking up, I try to do round numbers on all the pairs because of the same concept. I didn't use the 5 on gold, but I do use the round numbers thing because I know the big guys watch price action prices. They watch price. Beginner, if you want to learn easily, you all gives. Oh, thank you, Minibanks. But you just gave a really nice insight on your strategy. ICE FX took GJ buys, has 30-minute created support and broke above. Perfect. So you grab this one. Nice. So you grab this here. So you had a support here formed. Look at this. Grab liquidity. So you're literally counter trending the one that I took up here. So you are took
Hey,
advantage.
Joel, can you see gold one? Can you see gold 1 minute candle? How it moved on the key level? One single candle.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, to 40.
Broke the 40.
Mm-hmm.
But if it was not range, I would have took entry here. This candle, small scalp this here.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you would have been
Looking at today.
entering. Let me
No,
make this bigger. You would have been entering. You just said earlier.
yeah.
Uh,
Because two things. One thing, the hourly, the last moment.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. Then now today I'm not looking any trade. The way you are explaining, is very good. I even learned something from you. I wanted to trade like you, a swing trader, but my patience doesn't let me.
For
Uh,
swings. Yeah, for
yeah,
swings it's easier. I mean, some people say it's not so easy because they get desperate. But for swing trades, I was also
yeah,
desperate. Nice. So so you have orders here filling up. You have the liquidity, let's say, and you have this move. That's what you're saying.
yeah. Now for the continuation, this structure I have to respect for the new hourly candle. I don't look 1 minute. I just manage risk on 1 minute.
I see.
After entering on 5 minutes,
This is the new
we
hour. Look at this.
yeah yeah
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like it. So that's why I'm not trading gold inside this area, especially because I already got my trade for today, you know. But if I was looking for anything today, oh, actually, wait. So, okay, let me show you this. So, actually, this is a good closure for anybody looking for buys inside this
yeah
trading range. This is a really nice closure because it closed fairly above the wicks, and there's really lower probable. Now you have this small level here. When you look left, look at this. You actually have a level inside of here, which is the only thing that you have to care about. So if anything, if you entered here, then that would like you still hold it like you. This actually would have been here. The stop loss. Um,
if this 5 minute candle closes below 40, then the upside will be kind of fake out on lower time frame.
you mean this one?
On yeah on the 40 level, exact 40,
Oh, actually, yeah, that's where
let's
yeah,
see,
that's
you
where
are
the
using
level.
yeah
Yeah.
you are using forex.com. Yeah, I'm using on Owanda.
Okay. Yeah. Forex.com. Yeah.
But still, but I don't think now it will be the buy because it failed to close above 40, the hourly. That's
Okay.
why it's tricky.
On the 5 minutes. So what I'm saying is, if you enter here, you're still not in such a bad shape because you actually close fairly above, and this is exactly what I would expect now. For me, based on this week is a good week that just created here, this week here. So most likely, if you see another break above here, you might see a move here up. Oh, there you go. It's actually doing it. Well, that's what I was gonna say. If you enter here, that was a good entry for you because there you go. That's it. That's exactly, that was exactly the only entry that, if anything, like if so, I don't like this trading range, but if you were gonna take it, that still would have been the entry because of this. Now here is where you should have been securing profits. Around, like I said, around here, just maybe a little bit upwards around here. If I would have been in, I would have been securing here a 1 to 1, a little bit more than 1 to 1. So 1 to 1 is actually, oh, here, right here would have been securing. Would have been securing right there, and then just
I think on gold, 1:1 is like bit tough. 10 pips stop loss any time gold can take you out
you
on gold.
mean, oh, you mean for the move? Yeah, it really depends on if I see, for example, uh,
Impulse fine.
hmm?
Impulse entry fine, 1 to 1. Other than impulse entry, if you are aiming for a $5 move, then at least this candle have to close above certain key level area.
Okay, it really depends on, for example, if I feel unrest, I try to go as early as possible because of
Yeah.
the area. But if I feel it's a clean area, I just leave it open and I close it 2 to 1 and stuff like that. So, like for example, this entry down here, look at this. This is moving up, and that would have been, so that's the last entry, right? So this was the entry. Look at the wick, and this is exactly why I said this would have been a good entry on the buy if you did it. It doesn't mean that it had to do all of this, to be honest. It's just that the probabilities for this to do this were higher now because of the closure of this candle. So if you were in, I would have felt safe with this wick that formed, because that's usually what it's doing right now, is what usually would happen, what I would expect to happen. So I would have been closing, for sure. I would have been closing like here, because of my, let's say, because I don't feel so good about the trade range that we are in right now. So that would have been the other entry. But that the other thing is, when you see a clean closure, then you don't have to do the 1 to 1. For example, the entry that I got from down below here that day when we were streaming last week, I got this entry. Actually, it was on the 15th.
That's sniper entry.
I had my reasons. I had my reasons why I enter here. I enter here. I left that one open as like way more. Like before I closed, I left that one. That was the breakout. I think it was the news and everything. Um, I enter as we broke above the 15-minute because we already have formed this, but I think I explained last week why I took this entry here and I was expecting this break. This was a major resistance level. So that's why I was expecting that not only we were gonna break it, but that if we were gonna break it, we were gonna have a sudden move because this was such a strong level. You look left, and it was really strong level on the higher time frames. I mean, here, look at this. 1, 2, you see, 1, 2, 3, and then you have a lot of consolidation when you were up above this. So I was expecting that as we broke above this structure here, we were gonna have a sudden move up to here. So the entry on this one, was yeah, it was below the 30-minute. I remember, and I took the first TP I took was around. It was around here. It wasn't even here. Like it was all the way up here.
You know that news day you took some entry. I watched the video recap later on YouTube. I saw on your chart that when Raja lost one trade, you took that entry. Same entry I took before the news. Similar entry I took. I was just seeing your message and I was just smiling. Oh man, he took same entry like I took.
Yeah, I said I
Raja
took
lost the trade,
18, 19. Yeah, I remember saying
Yeah,
that.
18 exactly. That candle, I took the entry.
Yeah, there you
But
go.
I closed earlier. Like 30 pips. That's it.
Oh, okay, but the 30 is great. I mean, it's just that honestly, I was really expecting to visit this level. At least that was the minimum. And not only that, so here's when I close. Around here is when I closed the first. That was the first TP. I had two entries. I had one entry here, and as we broke above, I had a stop buy. So I had another one here. That one I also closed a part of it here. Then I closed another part of it, all of it, like around here. And then all of this is just a runner that is running. All of this. This is just open. All of this.
And bro, I have to leave because I go for work. So see you
Oh,
tomorrow.
thank you,
Thank you
man.
for
Thank you
the,
for being here and
thank you for
sharing.
thank you for sharing your knowledge. Thank you all. See you tomorrow, guys.
Thank you, bro.
For FOMC. Let's save the bullet for tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, see you, man. Have a great
Yeah,
day.
thank you, man. I feel so happy that you are helping. We get so much DMs like about something, but you are doing the Zoom session is great. Spending time for communities like blessed brother, like not like others.
Thank
It
you.
will help you. It will help everyone. Everything.
Thank
I
you.
love
And
your stream, brother.
no, and thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming. I really enjoy when you come.
Thank you. Cheers,
Learned a
brother.
lot from
See
you,
you.
bro. Take care.
Hey, cheers, brother.
So we had a legend there. That was Mini Banks. He's really good. He's really good. And we have so yeah. So I had an entry. Yeah, that one's still running. So we had. If you notice, I've been taking counter. And this was the last week trade. This was a counter trade I took here too, inside the range, but it was below here. So there's another thing that I have to point out. This is a really important level here. That actually, if I have to mark it down, actually that would make sense to still be a valid confirmation for buys because this level is stronger for me. This level is stronger in the sense that it's rounded. I think this is 36 or so. No, it is definitely not 36. But I know that. So if you look left, this here rejected the structure many times, and even here grabbed a lot of taps here before moving up. So after this week here, this made sense. So look at this. Oh, look at that. You see why? You see why? So we still don't know. We haven't closed the candle. We could still get there. But you notice why I said that here is where I would have been taking profits. partials. We still haven't closed, so you still have probabilities to get here, but still you don't want to be in this mess inside of here. What is this? Should have been stop loss. What is partial TP here? So partial TP here for sure. I would have been taking partial for sure here because you don't want to be in this mess because you have way too much movements around this area with big wicks. So you don't really know it's gonna pull all the way and just flip. So right there, like I said, is where I would have been taking my TP because I don't trust the area. And whenever I don't trust the area, I take profit as soon as possible. And then that would have been a break even like right now. So that would have been a break even right now. And if it takes me out, but I already took my money. So that's how I would have been doing this. Look at GJ. If GJ candle close bearish, can we anticipate sell? If GJ 15-minute candle close bearish, can we anticipate sell? Look at GJ. Oh, let me see. So if you didn't take buys on GJ down below here, I would not be taking anything else still around this area. I mean, actually looks nice, but it's just this was a good move. Hey Nick, hey sure. Martin, I took buys on GJ. You took buys on GJ. Yeah, like if you took buys on GJ, you should be fine because you should have enough space. The 15. Yeah, you should have enough space to secure and move up. Maybe it's just that my bias for GJ is bearish. Still, 4 hour. Even if. So, this is the only thing. If we close this 4-hour candle below this level here at 153.360, right there, then for sure my bias is sales. If we close above, then it's still tricky because the structure on the 4-hour is actually bullish. Okay, so you should actually go for the higher time frame structure. It's just that because of my bias from yesterday, I'm still kind of like expecting a visit down here, but you still should be bullish on GJ because the 4-hour is as a structure is bullish. It closed above here, tapped here, but it's now flipping 46 minutes left and all of that. So that looks nice. All of that looks nice. So might take me out now. Let me see. Yeah, might take me out. That would be fine by me. I already took my money for today here. The safer entries for anybody, after I end up the stream, because we kind of gave some ideas. Gold idea, it was okay. It was good. It happened. It still wasn't like the best. I didn't feel like the best on it. If the 1 hour breaks above previous 1 hour, would it be a safe buy on GJ? 1 hour. This is a 1 hour. We have a wick. Yeah. So the only tricky part about where we are right now is that we are too far away from the zone. So, if anything, the latest entry, I would have preferred if that would have been me looking for buys. If would have been the one looking for buys, would have been as we broke above this candle here. That would have been the last entry that I would feel good about, because there we go. I think it's headed my way for my my small runner. This would have been my latest entry. So this is what I would expect. So this is the entry. Let's see if it takes me out for sure. It's okay. If I would have been looking for buys, so this is what I've been going for. I would have been entering I would have waited for this wick and as we broke above this, then I would have been actually placing my stop loss below the wick. So that would have been my entry. And then, you do the whole shenanigans of. So that would have been on the 30 minute. On the 15 minutes, I think we had pretty much the same confirmation, you see? It was pretty much the same thing. You just waited for this. As we broke above, we take it. And then you should have been okay with this. Actually, this would have been, look at this. But it's struggling a little bit, right? Oh, that's more than 1-to-1 even. So as a scalper, you just want to secure your 10 or your 1-to-1 or your 10 pips or whatever, if it makes sense. It makes sense, actually, for it to move. We are at A. We just opened New York. We should have enough volume. I'll wait for a resistance to be formed, then break it to continue right now. I don't like it. Oh, that's Martin. No, you should be fine. I mean, yeah, there you go. Look, you should be fine. I mean, if you enter here, you have you because this candle was big, right? So you should have enough steam, at least for around here, at minimum. I mean, at least to my entry zone or something like that. I don't know. No, well, the least would have been here, right? But you have volume, so you should be expecting maybe a tap around here. So here is where I would have been securing profits, maybe, if I would have entered there. It's about to take me out. Oh, it's close. Oh, so my entry was lower. My entry was here because it's right there. So yeah, so this is over for sure. So this ended up just being this. I'm okay with that. So that was the entry for today for me. And that was the entry for all of you. That was great. Yeah, that's nice. Here moving up, and I would have been securing. Where is the 1-to-1? 1-to-1 happened a long time ago by now. This is 10 pips. This is 16 pips. Here is good for me at least. And then just leave a runner for whatever. Makes sense. I'll wait for resistance. Thanks. Oh, hey Joel, do you have a question about your big gold move, which was happened at 1819? First question, was that an impulse entry? No, it wasn't. I can explain that again. If it was, how did you put trust to take the trades? Because that big candle didn't make the bottom wick. It was big bullish candle. So my problem is I don't feel good putting my trust to take this kind of entries. Can you help me overcome it? You do not let the trade idea on GJ forming resistance to retest the low. And what broker do you use? Right now I'm using Dominion Market for the most of it. I was using another one. The resistance to continue bearish. So this is the thing. We are inside the range, right? We are inside the range. It doesn't say, actually, it is a 4-hour bullish structure. It is still to this moment. It is. My bias is based on this, what I showed this earlier. But as you can see, this just happened. Again, we just tapped again here, the area. So if I were to draw this area, this zone, I'm sorry, the whole zone is like a support zone. So if we tapped again, we should have been justified. It's just that I'm still biased towards sales because I have, look at this, look at this. We still have we filled most of the week, but also it's just that in my head, when I look at zones, when I look left, I kind of see if we could repeat behavior on the price. And most likely if we're gonna go up or anything, it would kind of make sense to see a body forming and closing around here. It's just all I can see right now, but it doesn't mean it has to happen. I'm just saying we have been dancing around here for the beginning of the whole day, and we have been kind of filling up here. So the momentum is bearish, and it's really strong bearish. So much so that it actually formed a gap down. Look at this. This was a gap. And then it filled, grabbed liquidity, and then moved down all the way down here. And it actually opened again. And as you can see, we rejected again here. And we're still bearish. So, you know, my bias, even if we are bullish on the 4 hour, you know, still bearish for now on the higher time frame, not on the short term. I mean, it's looking like it was a nice buy and stuff. What happened here? It just took me out. So yeah, so it was lower, I guess. Oh, that was the spreads for sure. Took me out. Took my runner out. So I just noticed. So I'm okay. So today I was I was fine, feeling good about these sales. That was the main reason why. The only thing is I didn't take it earlier, because I wasn't looking at the chart at that specific moment. So, but I still took it as we broke below here. So that was fine still, and got my 15 pips, and was done with the day. What was it? What broker did you? Oh, the 1819 entry. Okay, let me explain that one. I think I'm gonna be done with after I explain this. Who else? What you guys? Who else took entries today? I know that. So I know that Martin took a good entry. Martin is a good trader, by the way, guys. If you guys, if any of you have, like, you know, if he shares something, he's always taking good trades. So just in case. Oh, Luis Angel. Okay, brother. Let me explain let me explain it again, and then I think I'm gonna be done for today. Let me explain the entry with gold specifically. Oh, there you go. Nice and steady. Okay, so that entry that was here, I remember that. Let me see if I can maybe draw it. Actually, I have another. Look at this, beautiful. So it looks like, there you go. It looks like we're gonna maybe visit this level again. So if we visit this level again, what might happen is that by New York NYSE, if we break above here, so this is not even the area that would hold it. It would actually be around here, I think. If anything, it would be around here, the top. You look left, you see New York, I mean big volumes would tap here. Look at this, and still rejected. So if it holds, if we break above here with New York, we might see, if we break and form here, not necessarily, you don't even need when you have a lot of volume. Oh, look at this. When you don't have a lot of volume, you don't even need to, I don't need, let me say this, it's just me. I do not need for like a support to form for me to take the entry. It's what you know, Raya calls the impulse entries. If I'm expecting volume, I just look left to see if we already got good entries for the market to make sense, and that if we break, we're just gonna move up. So that would be part of the reasons why I took the other entry that I took earlier. That, look at this, that would have been the runner. My runner would have been closing it like around here, and that would have been done with it. Oh, what happened here? So the entry for this one down here, this is the reason why. Let me see if I can redraw the whole thing. And the trade idea, RK took GJ buys, secured profits. Awesome. All of you did great there. Really nice. So I took sales, you guys took buys. There you go. That's why I love it. I mean, everybody here is not waiting to be spoon-fed. Everybody here just knows what they're doing, and we're just sharing ideas, which is why I love this. So why did I take this entry earlier? So let me see if I can replay this. Replay this. And maybe we can see better. This was this day. That's what was happened. This is giving me another. Okay. Oh, that's the problem. You know, just trading view just shows you the whole thing, which is sucks. There you go. So when you go 4 hour, we're gonna ignore this candle here for a moment. So when we go to the daily, I remember, wait, daily was important. Look at this. If I had to redraw, you know what? Here I have like a 30-minute thing because this is my scalping chart. Let me open. I have another one where I can do fresh analysis. Plain white. Let me do a fresh analysis here and explain why I took that one. Oh, I had drawings here. Nice. Okay. So what is this? When was it? It was 1819, but it was like around here. I'm lost, right? It was 1819 entry 4 hour. I'm missing it. Oh, there we go. Here we are. Okay. So look at this. Let me redraw some things here. If you look left, even I had this, look at this, the drawing here. Should have been doing maybe this right here. If you look left, the question here is, look at that. Do we have a zone? We have a big zone in between here. Really, really important to keep track of this, because this is part of you know, it's just how I see the market. You know, everybody has their own way. You notice Minibank's way is completely kind of like its own thing with the $5 increments, and still works like a charm. Like, it's just perfect. This is what I was looking at. When I checked on the charts, this is a really strong weekly level, the 1788, really, really strong. Now, we had the liquidity, but not only that, when I looked, because I paid attention to everything that is going on. Like when we had this top here, not only we grabbed enough liquidity, but we also, if you look left, we grabbed way below the wick. You see? Way below. So this is what I'm talking about, the daily flipping. So we grabbed so much liquidity, then when it flipped, we moved the price all the next days all the way up there. Now, we rejected here because this is a strong level of rejection. The zone at this zone here at 30, it is 30. It's really strong. Now, people see this, they say, oh, but it didn't tap. No, because it actually tapped, because zones are not just one straight line. Zones are zones. There are boxes. There are big boxes. And this is something of what it looks like for now. Now, when you have this, but you have this, you look left. And the reason why this was an important level for me is because when you look left, I said it last time, I'm going to repeat it again. Because you had a previous resistance, it doesn't mean it has to become a recent support. So if you had a previous resistance, it doesn't mean it has to become a recent support. But when it happens, it becomes a strong confirmation. Okay? So when I looked left, what did I see? This same level, 180, this is like 9 or maybe 10. It is 10. I think it is 10. Oh, what happened here? What did I do? 9 there. There we go. It is 10. Yeah, look at this. So when you look left, I actually shared a little bit about this concept already. This is actually recorded in the channel. It's what I call elastic zones. When we are when we are inside this zone, as you can see, price moves from here all the way down to here. From here all the way down to here. Look at this, all of these bounces. So when we came back inside the zone, you had the same bounce here, all the way down to here, which means is that you see that level, the reaction area is all the way up to here. So this would have been the whole zone of reaction of just that level. So when I see resistance, support, I don't see just one straight line. I see like like an elastic band, like that you can actually go in and you can reject from any place inside this zone. That's a higher time frame view, because this is me thinking as a swing trader right now, okay? Because I also swing trade, so I'm not only a scalper. So as a swing trader, I already know this is the reaction zone, but the way that I made my head not spin so much and become too messy with the big zones is that I do the trick that I showed on the elastic zone videos. If you're looking for that, I think it is around here. Look at this. This is a channel, the elastic zone video, elastic zones, that one. Elastic zones and price behavior for swing trading. That one. I explain how I see the markets. So if you need to see why I took that entry, this is gonna help you out a little bit, I think. So you can go ahead and watch that one. I guess. Hey, Bessa, my friend, how's it going? Hey, we have another legend. We just had Minibanks here sharing how he trades, so I think you're gonna want to rewatch that the stream at the beginning of the around like half an hour ago. Minibanks explained how he takes trades with the 5 minutes, 1 minute, and all of that. Really, really interesting way to see the market. Learned a lot actually. So, yeah. He's always taking really nice trades. So if you want to understand this, you have to look at that. So this is the other thing. Now, based on if you watch that video, you're gonna understand that for me, any level below, like anything below here, was still valid as a support once you watch that other video. So I wouldn't mind if it closes a 4 hour even inside this, because I would still consider this to be part of the support of the higher time frame. Because of that, I already had in mind, look at this. So like all of this zone here, it was still for me considered to be part of the support. So I was okay with it. And the name is Coin Education. It's actually, let me share again the video. I mean, it was shared again. Let me share this one, if anything. This one we did live that day. It was a Zoom meeting too. This is November 17th. Yeah. And that's the video that I'm talking about. So this is what I'm saying. When I saw this tap here, this, I know that, you had also, maybe we have a double top formation. Well, for me, it wasn't so much so, because after this major rejection, you go to the 4 hour. So now the 4 hour played a bigger role here that you would expect, because this happened. So when I see this happening, you had this liquidity week happening here, but when you look left, like I said, when you look left again, look at this. This was a zone here. Look at this. This was a zone here, but there was a major structure zone here. And even if you go left, you're gonna notice this and this. And I noticed it. So when I noticed that, I said, okay, so you know what? This is a strong zone that just became a support. Now, with that in mind, now my expectation of this grabbing enough. So look at this. This is a little one. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 hour candles. But the most important fact about the 4 hour candles here is they all stuck together like quite around the same area. So this is grabbing orders. This is just grabbing a lot of orders. So what's the next question that I asked myself? And this was the big question that I asked myself. On the higher time frame, what are the probabilities that after price has tapped 1, 2, 3, and 4 times, that it will reject a 5th time? Because I'm sure that if you're learning and you're new, you've heard this, that once a level is tapped more than once, it becomes stronger. Well, there's another thing to it, so you have to really kind of be careful with it. I don't know why. Oh, there's the yeah. So, which is there's context to the market. It has to be context based all the time. What I mean by that is, yes, if you tap recently, it becomes stronger, but there's a big if or but. I don't know how to say but without sounding like the but or you're behind. But if you have already visited another strong zone, now you have a higher probability that you're gonna break it. I don't know if that makes sense. Like here, it tapped twice the same area here. Okay, let me just draw it here for the sake of teaching experience. You rejected here the 4 hour. You rejected here the 4 hour. Now after this rejection, now you have a lot of probabilities you're gonna visit here. Why? Because this is the strong zone down here, not up here, is down here on the daily. Now, if you reject it twice, then you have more probabilities you're gonna visit the other strong zone. The other strong zone is down below here. Now, we already visited here. Now, what do you see left? When you see left, you notice that previous times when you rejected here, you broke below this zone. You rejected here, you broke below this zone. But this time we held here. We're holding the zone. So now the next question is, what are the probabilities that price has been trying to break it, but now is grabbing, it's like a stronghold here. It's grabbing enough that it feels safe to stick here. Now the probabilities are really high because now you grabbed enough liquidity here and now it's making sense with what happened here. So context, always look left. Okay, does it make sense? And also the question always for me is, what is going on with the higher time frame? Does it make sense to move up? Does it make sense to on the weekly? Do we have a weekly structure? Look at the weekly was beautiful. The weekly just ended like that. The weekly was a bullish candle. Since it was a bullish candle, we already had a visit to this level. The next question is, if we flip the weekly, do we have enough strength to break this? Look at this. This is quite simple. Like I can just hide all of this and look at this. Like imagine this was a 30-minute candle. What do you see? You see an entry. You had now a resistance. You have a formation of a support. And now what do you do on the 30-minute candle? Now you have a really high probability that you're gonna go fill this. So the higher time frame was the one giving me already the information what to look for, which is what I did with GJ today. Like if GJ flips and breaks above this, what was the level on GJ? 153.800 or something like that. Okay, I'm flipping my bias. I'm sticking to buys. But right now the GJ is still bearish. So I don't know, what. Now the higher time frame on GJ, yeah, it is bullish. Really, really high. But today is Tuesday. So I know that the weekly, until Wednesday, we are at the middle of the candle on the weekly. So I'm always thinking about that. So that's what happened that day. So we had this going on. And when this happened, I said, hey, the weekly is about to continue its formation. So if the weekly is going to continue, now all the lower time frames, they have to make sense. So when I woke up, which is, I'm not going to lie, I felt so tempted that Asia to place an entry here, a buy entry here, so tempted. And I said, you know what, let me wait for it. And literally what I do remember that day, so that's why I felt so kind of, so this is what I do. My trading day starts the day before. It doesn't start the same day. My trading day starts the day before. So I always, before I go to bed, I make sure that I see kind of like look at this from a higher time frame, and I look to, okay, what am I expecting by tomorrow? Why am I expecting by tomorrow? Oh, it's very important to put the whole story together on all of the time frames. Thanks for that. Oh, thank you, Bessa, my friend. Yeah. So what am I expecting? I do remember I said, okay, you know what? I should have been taking maybe an entry here. That's what I thought, and I you know, it's okay. I missed it. I don't care. Because I was expecting, okay, you know what? What's the worst that can happen? This is literally what I remember me saying. What's the worst that can happen? That when I woke up, we're here, and I can close like partials and protect the entry, or I can just wait for a formation of the support. Now, the formation on the support. Now I want it to be on the 1 hour, or 30 minute that it looks really strong. Now, when this happened, when we woke up, we were here. Now, the thing that I do remember also that I was drawing, let me, because I'm kind of like refreshing what I was looking for. I also remember that I was marking this, and I said, okay, we have a smaller 4 hour intra level here, but on the higher time frame, it will not hold. That was my reasoning. I said, okay, when you look at the big, how you, what's the phrase, like scheme, big scheme or whatever, you know, when you look things on the higher time frame point of view, 4 hour, if it's gonna 4 hour level, if you already have the expectation that the weekly is gonna continue bullish, the 4 hours is not gonna hold. So I had this marked here as a 4 hour in small level. Obviously, the more stronger level are the ones that hold the structure, like this one. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is why you notice this is where I took profits. Okay, this is where I took profits. Now, when I looked left, this is what I did that day. When I woke up, I noticed this, and I marked it on the 4 hour, and on the 1 hour, and we have a 4 hour here. On a 4 hour level to break here, and on the 1 hour we had a formation. Now, when you look 30 minute, let me show you this, because this was also important. Look at this. This was 7:30, and then this is what I checked for. This is London. So Asia grabbed orders. London. So look at this. London did this and grabbed liquidity once and last time. So this was the last time it grabbed liquidity just to break the pre-New York session. So when I woke up, we woke up to this. So now the next question is, and this is the big if. So if it took, so this is the other reasoning. I know it's a lot that I'm saying, but I promise you, once you kind of think about it, you think about it like this, like you don't, looks like a lot, but then you give it a lot of thought. So these are things that I look for. I look for the higher time frames. Let me try to pinpoint before I finish. I look for the higher time frames. Number one, I look for liquidity and zones. Okay, do we have a zone? Did we already grab liquidity? Number two, I look at what happened on the session. So this is what happened on previous sessions, and this is massively important too. So let me draw it here, just for the sake of this. What is this, guys? So what is this? We have a New York session. Look at this. We have a New York session. Look at this on the 18th. That with a New York session, we had a break below, and that was a liquidity grab. Because New York session is by far the strongest session of the whole world, because you have the interlap of London. So if during the strongest session in the entire world, this is all we could get below to, and then you do this is New York still, this is NYSE, and you come back to the zone. But not only that, you go to Asia, and Asia's volume, which is around here, it's around honestly it's around 8:30, but mostly 9 p.m. all the way up to 11 p.m. is where you're gonna see all the volume. I mean, I used to trade Asia. That was the volume always. But you also have this. So Asia held together here, and London held it here. So you had three strong sessions, and whole sessions, all of the sessions held inside of this zone. What does that mean? Everybody got their orders in. That's all that means. So the traders from New York got their orders. The traders from Asia got their orders. The traders from London got their orders. All of them got their orders in. Does that make sense? So not everybody got their orders, because this is a really strong zone. Remember, if I draw this, if I have to draw the zone, it is really wide. Okay, so now everybody got their own entries. So all of that volume, all of those entries, they have to go somewhere. They have to go somewhere. So now where are they going to? This is where they're going to. So now the entry here was based on all of this. So once we are here, we have the formation. Honestly, that day I just needed any support for me to enter. I really remember saying I prefer if I have it at 1 hour, but when we formed this one, I said, you know what, this might be good enough, but I'm still not convinced. I did remember I didn't take it here because I wasn't too convinced right at that specific moment. I wanted a little bit more confirmation. This was my confirmation. Look at this. Look at this. 15-minute gave it to me. I literally entered on the 15-minute that day. Did this. We had 1, 2. Now the second formation of the support on the 15 was higher than the previous one, and a big wick. So I said, okay, as we break above here, this time I'm going in, and that's when I went in. Entry number 1 was here. Stop loss below here. I had nothing to lose. You know why? So this is another question I always ask myself. Is it profitable? If I go into profits, how much would I go into profit? Does it make sense if I lose? For example, if this was correct, my entry, if the entry was correct, my expectation was to at least meet this level that day, at minimum. Look at the ratio. That's almost 2. It was. I remember I put it. I was really tight, so it was really like 2R. I remember for me, it was literally 2R when I checked it. I said it makes sense. I am willing to take that risk. It was like around here. It was 2R. There you go. I'm willing to take this risk because number 1, we had all of the liquidity grab here. I don't think this is gonna hold. We already had all the orders here. We already tapped into the level, so we confirmed that we're ready to break it. We formed here the support. This is New York volume, okay, and we have the volume. So that was the biggest thing. I think that the answer to the question, one part of the question was how can I trade, and if we don't have a wick, I feel safer. I don't remember where was it that it didn't have a wick. Oh, you mean this one didn't have a wick? Yeah, the thing is I wasn't looking at that so much. I was looking also this is a counter candle entry for me anyways on the 30, but it was mostly on the 15. But also you can also always remember this. If you are in a high volume session and you're about to break any zone, the candles, you just have to look left to see if the previous candles grab liquidity. And if you are in a high volume sessions, you will get many times candles that just gonna move and shoot up or shoot down without a wick. So the previous candle has to get the wicks. So if you had 1-2 big wicks on against a high level, a strong zone, then that would justify this move up. But especially what justified this, I think it was news, and also because of the volume of the session. So most likely you're gonna find that many times. Look at this. When you already grab liquidity, look at this. There was no wick here, but because we had volume, when you have momentum, usually this is what happens. You have no wick below, you have bigger wick on the upside. Then it retraces, smaller wick below, bigger wick on the upside. No wick, smaller, and then as you move up, you're gonna continue to keep going that. This is because this was a confirmation of a zone, so you get a bigger one here. But just read kind of like that. Okay, so that was the reason why I was so certain about my entry all the way up to here, because it was it was a little bit long, but all of this made sense. Would it make sense for Gigi? Okay, just let's look at this before I leave. Where are we? Oh, we just tapped here. Oh, so we tapped here. What we had drawn here. Yes. There you go. So that would have been the entry. I would have been done if you took this. If you took this, I would have been done with it. that would have been the end of it. I would have been done with this today because we don't know if we're gonna break above here today. Many people are expecting tomorrow to be the break. We don't know if we get the break today. Nice. I'm not gonna lie. I do have a buy entry, really above the whole structure as a swing trader. Waiting for the current 30-minute to close bearish. Next candle rejection. Wait for me. Top short. Would it make sense for DCJ? I'm sorry. Let me look at that again. Would it make sense for GJ? Would it make sense if this GJ 30-minute resistance, New York would go a better price with retest the low that's been made? Yeah, I would. So personally, I would feel better with sales, personally. But that doesn't mean that I'm right. Like I always say, it's just that even though, wait, we are inside of New York now. Wait, so we are inside of New York. So now we are. This is almost 9. Oh, interesting. Now we have the 4 hours. So this is a really important closure here. This is what I said earlier. So I would want the 4 hour to close below these bodies. If the 4 hour closes below these bodies here, there's a higher probability that today GJ visits here and visits down here as we close below the 4 hour. I mean, for me, right? So this thing just came up to take me out, maybe. You have to be kidding me. Like this just came to take me out and maybe continue down. I don't know. Looks like it, right? 4 hour. Yeah, 4 hour. I really would like 4 hour to close lower, to be honest. And if not, now we have, what is this, 6? So this is Prunier. So the same question, right? What happened here? This is Asia. This is Asia volume pushed down. Now you have London pushing up. Can you see the same pattern here repeating? We might be grabbing better entries for everybody here. Now New York, if we're gonna go down, the question is do the people of New York have their entries? Maybe. If they grab my entry, I mean, if they would have grabbed the entry that I wanted, obviously I came to the charts a little bit later than that, so I took it later. So if the question is, if I would have been the one trading for New York and I woke up here, which is where I said I would have been taking the entry, for sure, I would have been taking this sell. That one would not have not taken me out. So maybe if we break, so this is the most important thing is we don't have to guess the future. We just have to follow the price. So we have to react to what's going on. I have a visual of what I'm expecting, but I have to follow what the price is telling me. So the visual for me is higher time frame. I am expecting maybe we visit down, but if we reject this, we reject it, and I have to accept it and go with the buys. So right now, I would not like to be, if it is not right after the top of this zone. This zone was really easy for me to make the decision on the sell, just because this, look at this 1, 2, 3 1 hour rejection structure. So that was easy for me to take a sell. Now here, you have 1 and 2 now, but now also you have a big volume. So if we're gonna fall, most likely the 1 hour should be maybe falling around here. Let me see. We might have a zone here, but look at this. I don't like. Look at this wicks all the way up here. Oh, I remember there was a 4 hour here. Now that I think about it, there was a 4 hour here looking left. Look at this. This is a 4 hour. This whole thing, that is a 4 hour level. Look at this. This is a 4 hour level. Closure of the body, wick here. Let me see if this makes sense. And it's gonna close below it. And then we have a 4 hour up here. We have a 4 hour down here. So yeah, like, you know, I'm still, my bias. We are consolidating. That's the reality. But on the higher time frame, look at this. My bias is bearish. LDN wanted assigned prices. Oh, that is a big candle, Sanjam. Wow, that's a bearish candle on steroids. For sure that one used steroids for sure. There's no way that candle didn't use steroids. That jeez, that one really should have break. Like if that candle doesn't break a support, there's no candle that can break a support. Like that would be the candle for sure. Um, what is this? 50-minute. Yeah, it looks messy. Not gonna lie, it looks messy. Higher time frames are the one giving me, the confidence, if anything. 3 minutes left. I'm just waiting for the closure, to be honest. See what's gonna happen. But now that I look about, now that I think about it, so honestly, best setup would be if this thing would have decided to close down here. For sure, I would have be looking for sales. Right, I'm still looking for sales, but that would have been a better confirmation. This zone here, who was it that took? So look at this, guys. Whoever took the buy entries here, that I said, if I didn't take these buys, by the way, my bias has been sales. But look at this. I told you I would have been taking profits here. Look at what just happened. That is why, if you took the entry there, that's why I said I would have been taking profits there. Now we have a really good rejection on the 1 hour. Not gonna lie. So this 1 hour is looking really nice as a rejection. 30 minutes is looking beautiful. Wait, this one is actually in confluence with the 4 hour that I brought from like all the way back there. That's a really nice confluence right there. And oh, look at that. And then the 4 hour. Yeah, so the bearish continuation might happen, just might happen. We just need this to close like this. I would want to see another tap here. Oh, and this is 9. Okay, so this is 9 a.m. So this is what we might see here. So look at this. Look left always, right? What happened the previous time? 9 a.m. Look at this. Now, after we get a lot of volume, we might see another tap, not only here, but all the way up here. Look at this. Believe it or not, I did this yesterday. You're not gonna believe me, but I did this yesterday. Not this one. This one is me waiting for a rejection to continue down. But I did this entry yesterday. Look at this beautiful entry from yesterday. This is just this was a simple breakdown. But look at this beautiful entry. I had the same 4 hour marked zone. That was before this happened. And when price was down here, yesterday I woke up late, just so you know, okay? So that was my bad. I woke up late around 10. It was at 10. It was 9 something. This was happening. When this was happening, coming down, I placed this sell limit here. This is a whole different entry that I'm not gonna explain here. It's a little bit longer to explain. But this sell happened here. From here, I literally placed the sell limit here with the stop loss above this zone. I can that one is easy to explain. Just look left. Look at the zone. Not because of this, but because of this here. Where was it? I do remember here. Look at this. Here and here. So, if we're gonna reject this when we were coming down, elastic zones theory from me. I mean, if you watch the video, you're gonna understand why I did it. And then when price is below this zone, how much can it go up before continuing down right after the break? Right after the break, it should have been here. So I draw this, came to the future, going to the present, and then expected this to happen. Now you see that we're going up and above this because that only matters when you're recently breaking. Okay, after that, now you have to wait for price action. So I literally did that one yesterday. Well, that was beautiful, but that's a different entry. That's a whole different concept. Oh, nice closure. Okay, so we got the closure. We got the 4 hour. Whoa, man. I mean, this looks really attractive to continue coming down. I know 4 hour looks bullish. I know that. But, man, I mean, this looks really nice. 1 hour bearish, 30-minute bearish, 15-minute bearish. Wow, this is beautiful. I mean, man. Oof. And that actually goes hand with hand. Yeah, that actually is a confluence with my bias. You know what? This is a good entry, but also keep in mind, I don't know, but be mindful that 1, 2, 3, that with volume, I would prefer if we see a candle, if we see a candle wick forming up first before continuing down. But if we come down now with New York and NYSE, we should come down all the way down here. Now, the entry, I would expect first a wick to be formed before entering.
Yeah, I want to see little bigger top wick. It will be clear rejection then.
Look at gold. Look at gold. What happened to gold? Yeah, gold just closed right there. Yeah, not much to do there. If you reject this level again, should be a good sell because that's such a strong level. But it's just New York and NYSE. NYSE, I would so. I don't like so much NYSE for the same reason I don't like so much the London push. It's really volatile, and then when you open market, then you have really sudden moves, to one direction, and then suddenly you might flip. Um, Safer entry for me for gold. Number one is a really good rejection from here, like this 1 2. If you hear a double 30-minute, which I don't think you would get from NYSE, because NYSE moves with a lot of wicks. Um, but also the other one would be uh, the 10:30 candle. The 10:30 candle, 10:30 a.m. candle usually gives you a really clean entry, with the bias of whatever you see happening. If you see a rejection here and 10:30 looks down, I would go for a sell. So that would be a really easy entry for me. If I see a rejection here on the 30-minute, blah, 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 here, 10:30 would be this candle here, forming one here. If I see a 10:30 looking down and, for example, below this area, most likely we're just going to continue coming down to here for the rest of the day and maybe down here. That would be my appreciation. Now, if we break above and form the support above, then you might get here for the rest of the day. So that would be me doing that for gold. For GJ, there you go. That's the wick that I would prefer. Yeah, there you go. So if you want GJ to go down, I mean, if I wanted to go down, definitely want it first to go up, and especially because this is the beginning of the 1 hour. So at the beginning of the 1 hour, I expect a 15-minute candle or a 30-minute candle looking the other way first, and that's usually a better entry for me if I want to go with the sales. Now this is a no trade range, pretty much for anybody, okay, or almost everybody. This is a no trade range. I would bank on the fact that we're gonna go down if we tap here and we flip, then it would make sense that probability would push the price down. Now, this that would be the only really good entry. Any other entry is really no trade range. Okay, just let me make that clear, right? GJ is higher low on 4 hour close, also not good, right, Joel? Yeah, the 4 hour is looking bullish. I'm not gonna lie, looking bullish on the structure, but it's not so much on the higher time frames. So I would go with the higher time frames on this one. I would trust my bias from the beginning of the day. I'm still bearish, so that's what it is. If we break, I'm still bearish right now. If we break above here, I'm definitely not bearish anymore. I would go with buys all the way up here and even up here. You see here, I would maybe guess that we should be having steam to get all the way down, up there. I'm still bearish. 30 minutes to break. No, that should be a good enough week. That should be a good enough week. What I'm trying to do is not trade not even more than once a day. Is what I'm trying to do in the last week. But if I were looking for an entry, I mean, I don't know what else would you want, because this is giving you all the entries here. It's just that I don't like this mess here, but it gave you a good clean move here, so it should be good enough for move to here. So it should be good enough. As we break below here, it should be good entry. Yeah, just like Bessel. Yeah, 1 to 2 trades a day. Market has been giving me the money really early, and I'm appreciating it. And my life has been so much, easy. I don't make like big percentages like Raja. I just make like last week was like 5 point something percent that week, and I do 5, 10 one good week. But that said, it's just I'm really conservative on this. Last week was not even 5, it was 4.8 to be honest. Yeah, it was 4.8. That's it's still good. 20% is really good. You can live off that. Nice. So you want a bigger wick, you want this to break below here, you should be good enough. You should have enough volume to move down to here and even. So this might be the one. So this might be the one. You remember the entry that I had over the way up here? So this freaking thing just took me out because the entry was actually here and I moved to break even. So this one took me out, but that entry that I had an expectation to maybe come all the way down here, maybe this is the one. How long have you been trading? Forex, I wasn't living off Forex until just like a year and so ago. I was living off my crypto trading. Oh, that would be the move, isn't it? This is the first. I'm not gonna lie. I would prefer the 15-minute to be. Oh, there's a small 5-minute. I would have been preferring a 15-minute looking up first, and then the next one breaking below, and then that would have been a good entry. Yeah, I made all of my money with crypto trading pretty much. It was easier. And then I started to go into Forex because I don't want to depend on waiting for Forex to, because the problem was that there was not a lot of good margin trading on crypto. But you have margin trading you have leverage on Forex. Now you have it, obviously. Now you have futures. But before, you didn't have futures on crypto. So you would have to literally buy the dips to sell high. And that would be, that was a little bit messy on a bear market. I would have to wait too much. And then I say, you know what, on Forex, I have leverage all the time. So if I have leverage on Forex, I can make money every day. And that's why I switched to Forex and all of that. But I've been since 2018. No, 2019 to be honest. 2019 is when I started living off my earnings from trading, and especially last 2020 made a good amount. Uh, Leverage and funded accounts. Leverage and funded accounts. Thank you for making my life easier. I don't get it. Leverage and funded accounts. Um, why is that making your life easier? I just want to leverage. Oh, because you trade funded. You trade like FTMO or something, right? Yeah. Exactly. So I was looking for leverage, and yeah, I didn't have that on crypto so much. Now you have it, but it's still raw, still. So that's why I went for forex. But I'm still not like at all like the big guys here, Raja and all of that. I'm just uh, to this day, I still make way more money with crypto, but by far. I'm willing to, there I'm willing to, I'm okay. I'm doing okay. That's all I can say. I don't like to talk about quantities. I like to talk about ideas. I think is where you should have your entry around here. This is a tricky entry because it doesn't look so much as a trade zone. Let me prepare this. Maybe I'm gonna get a smaller entry here because I already have my earning from today, but I'm gonna go for it. Let me see how we do. Yeah, let me risk only half. Maybe half. This is a trickier entry. Not gonna lie. I I
I'm
want.
waiting for this 15-minute candle to close.
Yeah. I want the 15 minute to close too. We only have 2 minutes
And
left, but
yeah,
I want to be. I'm gonna set this up for half a percent, and let's see how we do later. Let me do something else too here. I don't like the sound of the magic keys. It sounds too high on my ears. Always shut that down. Alerts. When you play, this is false. Here, save, and here, save it. Yes, okay. Oh, let me see. Very slow trade, and it is very tricky. What is this? Only problem sometimes goes. Oh, let me put this on the stream. Nobody's looking at this on the stream. Okay, now here we go. Vessel says that FTMO is really good. GJ going. Gold sales look better. 30-minute candle closes bearish. Only problem is sometimes my MT5 freezes on Newsday, which has screwed me a couple of times. I'm in GG sales for the last 30 minutes. Oh, nice. Oh, so you grabbed this one. Yeah, that was a really nice one. That was a really nice bounce there. I've been shaking. Very slow trade. Worst thing that can happen, you take an L. Exactly. Can't help myself. I know it's valid sell. I want to find a way to mute them. I just did it. It's there on the properties. No, you don't try. If you mute the MetaTrader, it still sounds. You have to go to properties. I just did it right now. I just muted it. Yeah, if you got the rejection on gold, that should be also good. A good sell from the level. Oh, yeah, it is a good rejection. Okay, but you want this to close. So this is the thing. That's still not valid. That's still not the rejection I would be looking for. Not me. That would still not be it. At least not me. Because we still have a lot of momentum. Gold is bullish on the higher time frame. Remember that always. you would be counter trending. So you want to have a valid confirmation before you go against the trend, always. So a confirmation for me to go against the trend would have to be a like this was a good, double rejection here. That would have been a good one. This one here, rejecting so many times below the previous one, that would have been a good one. Okay, so let me be clear. I would not take a sell here right off the bat if I see just a simple rejection right now. I wouldn't. That would be just me. This is a counter trend. I wouldn't go for it right there. I would actually wait for a whole structure to bounce again, at least like this, before I dare to even take a sell here, because we are bullish on gold. That's me. This looks better because of what I just shared and because of my bias to me as a trade. This looks better. It's just that the trade, the range is really messy, really messy. So, but still looks better because we are about to open NYSE. So for sure this looks like a better entry, and I am still have the expectation of this going all the way down to here today. So that would be a better entry for me. I would still feel better about it as we break below. I mean, that's me. You don't have to take my trades. Remember, actually, you shouldn't take my trades. You should just kind of like see the idea. If it makes sense with yours, with your entries, then that should be your entry. But I would wait for this break below here, and that should be good enough. Stop loss, you can put it here, like 12 pips above, just in case, because you have this here, but it should have enough steam. And we had a 15-minute bullish, which is perfect, which is exactly what I would be expecting. It's just perfect. I mean, that's what I would be expecting. This is what I would like, what I would want, a 15-minute bullish. You just have to wait for this to break below, and it should go here, and here you should be able to take, you should be able to take profits here and let a runner. I would enter as we break below, not right there. If you didn't enter all the way up here, because this was a really nice rejection, this is a structure rejection. This is nice. If you didn't enter all the way up here, I mean, if I didn't enter all the way up here, I would enter at the break of here. Donnie, don't like messy range, prefer sell below 1530 200. That's a better entry. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, you mean here? Okay, that is. Thought you meant here. No. Well, down below 200 is still as messy as this, believe it or not, because you have major moves below there. You have, look at this one. This is just a big rejection to close here. You have a major move, massive big body movement here. You have another big movement here. This is a fake out, and then you have another big wick that came down here and just rejected here. So this is as messy to me as this, because here you even have another issue here, which is whenever the price moves below this zone, you either have a big move or a quick rejection. You usually the price is usually not giving like enough space to give you like a good setup to enter, and that's it. So I would say, Donnie, I mean, at least this is my humble opinion, that a better sell entry cleaner would be actually around here. It would be below 153, the area. Even though we have big wicks here, like if we break below here, form a resistance here, and go here, this is beautiful here. This is from here to here is just 30 pips. I mean, 30 pips is good in GJ. But to me, this looks just as messy. I mean, but it's still the same. I mean, if you're willing to risk, like right here, I'm not risking much. I'm actually, what is this moving here? Yeah, 1%. Yeah, I can risk 1% because I already made 1 point something on this sell here. This sell here that I took. How much was it? Like 1.5 something, 1.6. Okay. So I can risk one. I'm okay with there because the risk outweighs the benefit outweigh the risk here. It's higher than one entry here. Has a lot of probability to reach down here. You know, a lot of things going on there. Last 30 minutes for this one. Let's look at the 30 minute. Looking beautiful. 30 minute. Yeah, I mean, makes sense. Consolidating a little bit. If we reject here and we tap here, even better. Like if we tap here by 9:30 and 9:30 looks down, that's it. GJ, I look at 1 hour is wedge and higher low. I don't think hard pushing down. Yeah, I mean, so this is one thing that I learned from trading. You can always convince yourself not to take a trade. The same way you can always convince yourself to take a trade. What I mean by that is if you look everywhere, you're gonna always find something that can stop you from taking a trade. So you have to kind of trust your bias and your analysis. And if you lose, you lose. That's it. You should be done for the day. If you lose, you're okay, and you should be just fine. And you just come the next day and you do it all over again. But if you don't, if you always try, so you're gonna be the problem with if you do this, but now you oh you know what, this is sales. This was a big rejection of the seven, which it was, to be honest. So it's still very bullish, right? Unless we have the formation that I'm looking for, which is what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna trust my bias because of all the things that I've seen, and I could be just perfectly wrong because I will never be 100% right every single time. So my point is, if you enter and you are scared about this, then the moment you enter, you're gonna be scared out of your trade, and most likely it's gonna go in your favor. And now you're gonna be pissed because you can do that every single time, and you can be scared out of a trade every single time if you're always looking for, okay, now I enter buys, now most likely, oh, but here you have this. I mean, this is messy. I would not recommend this trade to be taken. This is not the cleanest entry. I'm still trusting it because of my bias. Already won this sell here. I'm still sales, and I'm going for it because of that and all of the things that I previously said. Actually, we're about to break here. 30 minute. How is it looking? Looking nice. But I already know in my head what I'm looking for. I know in my head what I'm looking for. So once I'm in, I'm committed to it. So I manage it if I see it that I have to manage it. But I'm not gonna, but I'm not gonna keep looking for reasons why I'm not gonna take it, or why if I decide that I'm gonna be in, because then if I do that enough times, I'm gonna be just losing every single time, and I'm gonna be losing more times than I'm gonna be winning. Okay, I mean, I'm gonna be losing way more times than I'm gonna be winning because then I'm gonna be scared out of the trade. Right now, I'm committed to it now, so I'm willing to lose that 1% and maybe go back to break even if anything. Oh, not actually, I would be profitable still today, so that would be fine with me. That's it. I'm taking the risk. So I'm taking extra. Now I'm taking the extra risk. See if we're gonna listen. We are about to open New York and NYSE, so we might have a sudden move as we are about to close this candle, or we might have a flip. We have the flip. I lose. I'm absolutely perfectly fine with it. Now, how can I manage risk? Simple. If we break above the 15-minute candle, I'm out. Even though I have it here, so I would be less than 1% if I flip it here. Because if anything, we have 5 minutes left. We should see kind of like a bigger push, at least to down here, at least now on the 5 minutes. if we're gonna go down. If not, then most likely we're gonna flip, and if we flip, most likely we're gonna revisit here, and I'm out early, and I'm still profitable today. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, overall, not looking for a trade today. I'm below 153 probably tomorrow though. That's very wise of you. That's very, very wise of you. Yeah, I'm not trust even though it's closing very nice. I don't like the fact that we are 4 minutes away and we're still not moving downwards. I would love it for you just shoot down. So yeah. I mean, I'm still following my setup. I was gonna leave it at one trade today. You know what? I'm still profitable if I lose this one, so might as well just risk it. Yeah, as a scalper, of course, you're gonna hate any long trade. For sure, you're gonna hate it. Yeah, this is no fun. No fun at all. And it is a messy area. This is a no trade range, like I said. Mm, mm. Yeah, 3 minutes, 3 minutes away. Maybe I should have placed that sell stop a little bit lower because it activated it, and I would have preferred that the activation maybe lower. It actually tapped into it literally.
I am in.
Yeah. No, but listen, I'm not nervous. you,
Yeah, yeah.
you know,
Not at all.
I'm taking my setup. I'm fine. I mean,
Yeah.
the only thing that I know that I'm doing that also that is really important is I'm not going in full because since this is a messy range, I risk less. So that's really important. That decision has to happen before you enter the trade. Now you can control the stop loss, which is perfect because that's the only thing that we can control is how much we're willing to lose. So you can actually, if you enter way too much and here you're bouncing around here, you're still on time. This is a break-even zone here. So if you're still on time to close this thing, half of it or whatever, if you don't feel confident about it, and that's the smartest way to do things. You are right now at break even. You don't feel comfortable. You can close half right now. You can close whatever makes you feel confident, and then you can move forward with it. 15 minute. Yeah, I liked this 15 minutes. I liked it. If the 15 minute closes below, perfect. If it closes above, what is this? Yeah. If this 15 minute, oh yeah, I'm closing here. That's it.
30-minute.
I'm closing here. That's it. Manage risk. I'm gonna close this thing here. I don't like it. Closing here. That's it. So because this is 30 minute looking up, so I don't like it. Closed here. As we flip the candle, closed 0.5%. So what did I do right now? Risk today. I'm still profitable. I honestly would have preferred below here. Closed in profit. Oh, good for you. Oh, because you entered like around here. Nice. That's it. What about this particular range? It is messy for you. Oh, the particular range here is the, look at this. You see this? This is way too much traffic. So maybe we get the fall down now, and that would be a big enough wick, to be honest. But now I'm okay with being out of it because we also might visit here again. Just if we're gonna go down, we might revisit here again, and that would be a better uh, time to wait for it. Now, if you break below here once again with the there you go, with the volume of NYSE opening, and now the break below here should drive price down after this visit here if we reject here. Now, if we break above here, now we know we could, just continue the move up, and maybe this was just a continuation. But right now, this is a key level for me. Whenever you see left and you see way too many candles up and down the same way, that's messy for me. That's just for me. It's not a written rule. It's just I don't like it. Look at this. That one that we just lost. I mean, I'm sorry. That one that I just closed in a loss. It was a really small number one. I entered with less than when I entered here, and I closed way before it got to my stop loss. So as you would imagine, I'm really happy today. I'm profitable. So I'm done for today. If you took this and you went full percentage and you lost, you should call it a day. You should call it a day. And this was not a bad setup if this one would have closed looking down. For sure that would have continued down. And look at this. Nice tap. That's why you close it early. And now maybe you will continue going up. So that's it, guys. I really hope you guys learned something from, especially from mini banks. He shared a really nice, interesting way to see the market. First trade this year and managed risk. Time to go back to using soft forex. Afro Rusov. Thank you. Earned 2.8 during Asia. Oh heck, that was a lot. Lost 1% now. Minus stay positive. Hey guys, yeah, listen. It doesn't matter how much you win today or how much you lose today, if and only if you follow your plan. Always remember that. So if you follow your plan, you are good to go. Because if you followed your plan, you should have known that you didn't risk more than you should have. You took entries that you would have been taking 1,000 times. This was a risky entry for me, so I already managed my risk from the beginning. I risked way less. This was just me playing around. You see, when I understand why Raja plays around with that. Like sometimes I would see him taking trades that I didn't make sense to me, and he was just kidding around because he made his money before, like earlier. So now I get him because sometimes you say, hey, I can risk a little bit of the profits here and make more profits. But if I lose, I'm still in profit. So I understand that mentality now. It took me a while. But if you don't have a good setup, and like for example, if this is a messy area and this was your first trade, I would never take here that entry with all of the risk because this is a messy area. This is a no trade range. And if you're gonna take it, you should take it with just like a smaller piece of your entry. So that's all I can say. Whatever you do, right now, make sure that you are following your rules. And if you lose today, tomorrow you maybe lose again, maybe, but the next day you're gonna win, and the next because if you follow your rules, you should be winning more than you lose. And at the end of the month, the question is, and this is the only thing that matters, how was your account? And if it ended positive, if it ended even $10 positive in a month, you're on a good track. You're doing better. If in the next month you are positive from zero, you are really in a good track. So just keep it going. I think this is gonna go up. If we break above this, then it ended up being just a good buy, I guess. But I'm not trading anything else today. I'm not interested in anything today anymore. And yeah, have a great weekend. Have a great day. Oh, look at this. Nice. So maybe this is the visit from gold to down here. If we, oh, this I can share. If we, if gold, if we fall, I am interested in buys around here. If we reject here, I'm interested in buying around here, but mostly I'm interested in buys around here. This is the perfect buy zone if you're looking for gold. So just keep that in mind. See you, everybody.
Thanks, Joe.
Oh, we have people here on videos. Sanyam.
Thanks, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too, guys. Everybody. Bye bye.